In the aftermath, there was a UK Supreme Court ruling that women are women and men are men. I
How did we get here?
Oh no! What happened?
can't believe the obvious went to court. Anyway, there was celebration. One of those celebrating? Harry Potter creator herself, J.K. Rowling, as she sat on a boat,
Hold up!
had a smoke,
Wait a minute!
and a drink.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this was their butthurt? You bet.
What the fuck?
Where was it coming from? The Harry Potter stars themselves.
What are they?
They were once men.
Shocking.
You serious?
But it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jasper Gonzo. What's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Tuesday. If you haven't heard, women are women and men are men. Okay, I'm stating the obvious. But sadly, the obvious had to go all the way to the highest court of the land. No, not the United States Supreme Court, not yet anyway, but the United Kingdom. It went to the UK Supreme Court, and in overwhelming fashion, they agreed. Women are women and men are men, and that's it. Of course, there was celebration. Of course, there was gnashing of teeth. There was butt hurting. There was clutching of pearls. Rectums were clinching. Panties were bunching. So let's talk about the celebration. Yes, there was celebration, including one of the most famous Brits in the last half century, one J.K. Rowling. Yes, that same J.K. Rowling, creator of the Harry Potter franchise. But not all are happy for J.K. The stars of the Harry Potter films themselves, yeah, they're butthurt. But what else is new? And here we go. This comes out of the UK Sun. Bad spell. Potter star shockingly compares bigot Rowling to Andrew Tate. Wow. Over trans views despite still cashing in on the books and fame. Yes, you're still getting residual checks even though you're bitching at Rowling. Wow, that's balls. Her remarks have drawn criticism from Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. Common sense victory. Absolutely was, and it should have never went to court in the first place. A Harry Potter star has called J.K. Rowling a bigot and comparing her to Andrew Tate over her trans views despite cashing in on her fame. The author, 59, celebrates Supreme Court's ruling that trans women are not legally women with a cigar and a cocktail on a luxury yacht. I love it. J.K. Rowling was seen puffing on a cigar and enjoying a cocktail following the Supreme Court's ruling that trans women are not legally women. The movement was spearheaded by groups such as For Women Scotland, which Rowling is believed to have financially backed. And if she did, so what? And of course, that is one of the butthurt. Harry Potter star Sean Bickerstaff called Rowling a bigot and compared her to Andrew Tate. Bickerstaff starred along Daniel Radcliffe in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in 2001. Still remains involved in the Harry Potter franchise and was recently seen at a meet and greet event in February, cashing in. Surprised? No. Top politicians and feminist campaigners hailed the landmark decision as a victory for common sense. And Rowling posted an image of herself along with a caption, "I love it when a plan comes together. Yes, a nod to the A-team. Yeah, tip your cap." But Sean Bickerstaff, known for his role as Oliver Wood in 3 of the films, is making money from her through the franchise, condemned the ruling and Rowling on social media. In Rowling's post, she hit back at those who suggested that she was smoking a blunt, which she associated with cannabis use. She said, "To those celebrating the fact that I'm smoking a blunt, it's a cigar. Even if I decided to identify as a blunt for the purposes of this celebration, it would remain objectively, perfectly, demonstratively a cigar." Shameless Bickerstaff replied to the post by penning, "Bigotry rots the wit." He also showed his support for one person who compared Rowling to Andrew Tate. Bickerstaff also reposted a tweet that read, "LOL, huffing on a cigar now? Is she Andrew Tate?" He later slammed her for sharing a picture of Susan Smith and Marion Calder, co-directors of For Women Scotland, celebrating their court victory. Rowling wrote, "In case it wasn't clear, I don't give a with Scottish women." I'm sorry, excuse me. If the case wasn't clear, don't fuck with Scottish women. My apologies. Sorry about that. Bickerstaff responded, "The majority of Scottish women who don't agree with these dickheads are being bankrolled by an obsessed billionaire. Yeah, Bickerstaff still remains involved in the Harry Potter franchise and was recently seen at a meet and greet in February. Rowling has been a long-standing advocate for women's groups, for Women for Scotland, which she is believed to have backed with funding. Who cares? Again, don't matter. It's her money. However, Rowling has also come under fire for comments made in the past towards transmentalism, with author bravely standing firm in the face of online pressure. Yes, she has stuck to her guns, feet planted firmly. She ain't moving. Key points to the Supreme Court ruling. The UK's highest court unanimously ruled the terms that women and sex are set down in UK law to refer to biological women and biological sex. No need to go any further. In 2020, esteemed author slammed the growing trend of replacing biological sex with gender identity. Her stance that declared that sex is real led to death threats, but also molded her into a figurehead for the gender-critical movement. Activists accused her of transphobia in 2020 when replying to an article with the headline, "Opinion, creating more equal post-COVID-19 world for people who menstruate." She tweeted, "People who menstruate," I'm sure she used a word for those people. "Someone help me out. Woman? Womund?" Her remarks led to criticism from Potter actors Radcliffe, Watson, Grint, who ignore the facts that her books have made them famous, to launch a string of attacks. It was Rowling, whose beloved group for Women for Scotland, which also launched a long-running legal battle with the Scottish government on how a woman was defined in Scottish law. The Scottish government argued with people gender recognition certificates should be protected from sex-based discrimination, meaning a trans mental woman would be considered a woman. No, not per the UK Supreme Court. My thoughts. There's a little bit more, goes into the detail of what the ruling was, but you pretty much get the gist. One, I love it. This is a woman, J.K. Rowling, and I've said in prior videos, she's the furthest thing from conservative. She's more Kennedy liberal than anything else, but she makes it very clear. Lines have been drawn in the sand. There are men, there are women, and the two shall not mix. Outside, of course, procreation and dating and marriage, of course. But when it comes to the transmentalism, the transanity, the transience, the name your trans, the ruling is what the ruling is. But it should have never went to court in the first place. This is common sense. This is the obvious. This is science. This is faith. This is just fact. Women cannot be men. Men cannot be women. So I'm glad that the UK Supreme Court ruled the way it did. But like I said, it should have never came to this. It should have been county to county. And I'm sure, for Women Scotland have fought this over years to try to do it on a local level. They couldn't succeed. So they had to elevate their game and appeal it to the UK Supreme Court, which of course ruled in their favor. So good for them. And I tip my cap to J.K. Rowling. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.